Good evening. I am a little bit later than scheduled. It's just gone 6:30 and I'm here. Sorry I haven't done a live for a short while. And thank you for all the lovely comments and messages, the either private IMs or the ones in the other lives that I've done, saying, Phil, why aren't you cooking some food for us? And I don't know why I haven't done any lives actually, but I'm here this evening. So firstly, I hope that each and every one of you are keeping well, following the guidelines still. I've seen Boris on the news earlier saying that we're doing well. It appears that we're over the peak, but we're not to give up. We've got to stay sensible, keep social distancing and everything else that the government recommend. So I'm here cooking at home again. So what we're going to do this evening, I've got a lovely surprise actually. I've already prepped something that I'll show you shortly when we serve it up that's in the oven. But I'm also going to do some beautiful sea bass. So yesterday we went to Aldi and £185 later we came out with some sea bass. We came out with more than just sea bass. But I wanted to cook some sea bass for you this evening, and I bought some other products that I'm going to cook over the next few days or so, or over the next week, so we can try some different dishes and you can experience that with me. I've also had lots of requests about sending out the recipe in advance so that you can cook along with me, which I actually really like the idea of. So if you're game for that and it's something you'd love to do and you'd love to cook along with me while I do it at home, if I send you the ingredients in advance, please make a comment in the comments box now and just say if that's something that would also interest you as well. Thank you for taking the time to join me. If you want to share anything that I do, I'm always grateful of you sharing. Newsletter has just gone out for my page today, so if you haven't registered for my newsletter, feel free to go to Oldershaw.com and there's a place there where you'll see register for the newsletter. You can also check out March and the brand new April newsletter as well. So I'm going to do a few things. We've got something amazing baking away in the oven, but I've got two pans here. So firstly, we've got that sea bass, which was an incredible price from Aldi. I do love Aldi. I've always been a big Marks and Spencer's fan, and that other one that's owned by Waitrose, that's it. I like a lot of supermarkets, they sell food. But Aldi is just so amazing on price. So, right, what I'm going to do first, before we put that in, I'm just going to get the sauce on the go. So what I've already done here is I've chopped up a little bit of mango, and I've also chopped up some beautiful fresh pineapple as well, and also a little bit of kiwi fruit. And then I've also chopped a little bit of chilli here as well. It's a lovely bit of chilli. And I'm going to put all of those into this pan here. I'm just going to scrape them in like so, and that is going to make part of our dressing. And it's lovely when you do that because you just literally put it onto the heat like so. And I'm going to do some other things to make up this dressing. There's a little bit of honey left in there, and don't you find it frustrating when there's a little bit left and you can't get it out the bottom? So with honey it's great because it's sugars. So the great thing about something that's sugars, just pop ping it in the microwave, 10 seconds, look at that, look. It's still the same honey, but it's now just turned into a watery consistency, and we can finish that bit of honey in there. I'm just going to do that, pop it in the bin. I'm then also going to add this here. Oh, we've run out. Is that the only vinegar I've got? Oh gosh. So there's just a splash there of vinegar. Really, I could do with putting a little bit more in there to take away the sweet edge. But I have got some lime, so we're going to squeeze in a bit more fresh lime than we would normally squeeze in. Like so. And then I'm also going to shake, quite straightforward, a bit of that bottled lemon. You can use fresh lemon, of course. We'll give that another squeeze. Pop that back in the fridge. And then I'm also going to reach for the wine. Da, da, da. We're going to put a little bit of wine in there as well. That's going to help to make up our base. And I'm just going to throw that onto the heat there and bring that up to a simmer. So what we put together there is going to make the base of our dressing that's going to go over it. I'm also going to put in there some turmeric. Very good for you. Got lots of positive qualities. So there you are, a good couple of shakes of turmeric in there. I'll get the wooden spoon and we're just going to give that a good stir in there. And there you are, that's just going to cook away down now. It'll break down some of that. Oh my. Oh, if you could smell this right now. You've got the citrus of the fruits coming through, you've got that chili kicking into there, the turmeric that's in there, the wine is coming through as well. I already know just from the aroma from that is going to have a real zesty bite, but also not too zesty. It's also going to have a real fruit flavour and give it that lovely carabiner edge. Right, we're going to put the pan on. I bought while I was in Aldi some of this. We got chilli or olive oil. Which one do you fancy, Steve?
Chili.
Chilli. I'm glad you said chilli because I've already put a little bit of garlic in the other dish. Or should I say, I've basted the tray with a little bit of garlic. So, there we are. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to put this chilli oil over the bottom there. Not too much, just enough to layer up the bottom of that pan like so. And then I'm also going to open the fish. Any messages yet, Steve? From anybody? No messages from anybody yet. So if you're watching at a later point, if you've got any questions at all, then feel free to drop me a message over. So there you are, we've got this lovely sea bass that I'm taking out here. Two already filleted, which is a great thing about when you buy packaged fish. But also I do like to use Birmingham markets as well when they're open and we're not socially distancing. And the great thing about that is that the fishmongers down there will always fillet and clean things up for you. So I'm just going to put a good bit of seasoning on the back here. Same again there. Same again with the pepper. So we've got salt and pepper on the back. There we are, like so. There's the heat with that pan. Yeah, I think we've got a nice bit of heat going on there. We'll just let that get that smokiness before we drop the fish in, and then you'll get that sizzle as well. So how's your lockdown going? Time is flying by, isn't it? Has anybody found that although time is flying by, some days seem longer than others, and you're on this roller coaster of what to do? Obviously the hair is getting longer. Zoom calls are becoming abundant, or Google Hangouts, whatever you use. And you know, the day, for me, I've just found that the days are flying by really, really quickly. So it seems like we've been in lockdown forever, but also it's flown by really quick as well. So I would say make the most of whatever you're doing with your time right now. Obviously, if you're frontline staff working, then thank you to all of you. I really appreciate it. I was speaking to a friend of mine this morning that's a nurse, the lovely Jonathan. And you know, when you see, it's nice to see anybody doing it, but when you see friends of yours working frontline, not only does it make you worry, but you also feel very proud as well. So there we are, we're putting those lovely 2 pieces of sea bass there. I always like to get the oil just hot enough so you get that sizzle when it goes in. But there we can see this sauce, look. This lovely, I'm calling it a jus. It's a bit thicker than a jus, to be fair. Sorry, Steve, did I splash you there? But that is just amazing. That is going to be the most amazing dressing, and you'll love to see what it's going with. At the same time, I've got these bit of vegetables here. Just come on over here to that camera. So I've just microwaved for 30 seconds. No, 60 seconds. The
celery.
Celery, thank you, Steve. The celery in there, and I've also bought this lovely fresh mange too. I love they have beautiful fresh vegetables, so I'm just going to put some of that mange too in there. as well. And then I'm just going to get these tomatoes, and I'm just going to cut these. I'm just going to cut these in half like so. Because the one thing I love about cherry tomatoes, these came off the vine as well. And vine tomatoes, just like my granddad used to grow, have an incredibly intense and rich flavour to them. Sweet, bursting with that lovely tastiness of the vine, I guess. So you know that it's real beautiful and fresh. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to mix them in there. I'm just going to add a bit more hot water, like so, just to cover the top of the beans. Or the mange too. And then I'm going to throw the tomatoes on the top. And the great thing about this is that all I've got to do is throw that in the microwave. 60 seconds, maybe a minute and a half. And that will be cooked. So here's this sea bass, look at that cooking away there. We've got our lovely jus cooking away as well. And I think this is probably a time to reveal what we've got going on in the oven. So I get my oven glove, which is smelling really fresh. Steve's giving it a wash because he said my oven glove was a bit dirty. Wow, look at that. So that is cooking up. So that is a cauliflower and broccoli cheese with some finely chopped chorizo in it. And what I also did, and I'll show you when I serve, I put a garlic base over the bottom of the pan. And then I laid with a cabbage leaf, 1 or 2 layers deep, and then I put the cauliflower and broccoli in, sprinkled over the, thank you, sprinkled over the chorizo. How's that doing? Let's just try one of them. No, definitely needs another 60 seconds. And then I mixed up a cheese mix of cottage cheese, some sour cream, some grated mature cheddar, well seasoned that, poured that over the top, added some milk into it as well to make up that cheese sauce, pour that over, and those different cheeses and that dressing is going to like cook into it. You'll see when we pull it out.
Smells amazing, that broccoli.
Does it smell amazing? Do you like the smell? Right, okay, we're doing well there. We can put those back. Anybody on, Steve? Anybody on it's low to?
We've got Lou Marston said we're having cauliflower cheese tonight.
I haven't cooked cauliflower cheese for years actually. And my friend Tracy Bedford does a really lovely cauliflower cheese. And it is really lovely. I'll get that one ready for when we need to serve up. So let's just see how that fish is cooking. We want that to be crisp on the bottom. So look, how's that looking? No, we can still do a bit more with that. And of course, when you're cooking fish like this, where it's got a nice skin and you want the skin to be nice and crisp, what you want to do is you cook it more on the skin side. You always put it skin side down. So any fish like that, salmon, sea bass, etc., skin side down, and you cook it more on the skin side, and it will put the residual heat up through the dish. And look, as you can see, it's cooking on top already, and it's only right towards the end that we'll turn this fish over and we'll cook the top bit through as well. That sauce is cooking away there, look at that. And oh gosh, that just smells incredible. I'm going to put that there. And it's a really simple dish. So we've got the cauliflower cheese in the oven. We've got the sea bass cooking away there. We've got the dressing. And we could have done it on a bed of potatoes. And originally, my thought was to do it on a bed of crushed potatoes with some spring onion and butter. However, because it's now coming up towards 7 o'clock and we don't want to have potatoes too late in the day, we've decided that we're just going to go for the veg because it's got cheese and some fatty stuff in with it anyway, and some more veg to decorate and accompany that dish. So how do we do it? We can give that our level 10 seconds, 20 seconds, give that another 30 seconds in there because I like to keep the crispness of it.
Liam Manning says the favourite part of his day is the Phil Oldershaw show.
Ah, Liam Manning, that's very, very kind of you. Have you registered up for my newsletter, Liam? Go onto the Phil Oldershaw website and just type in your email address where it says register here, and you'll be able to get my brand new newsletter. We've got some really exciting stuff, and hopefully you'll all join me next week when. So that's nice and crisp. Now, if you just come closer with that, nice and crisp. We're just going to turn that over. Look at that skin. We just want to get it in that oil a little bit. Give it a press down. So that's cooking, that's cooking. That skin is incredible. That's ready. Plates are ready. I think we're pretty much ready, aren't we, Steve? This is it. So you're going to see the whole lot coming together now. Let's turn. Oh, I'd already turned that one off. Interestingly. Well done, Phil. Let's have a look. Right, that's cooked. So we'll turn that pan off. We'll just pull that off there. That is cooked through perfectly. We're just going to put the spatula under there just to take off some of that heat. So that sea bass is cooked perfectly. Let's take out our plates. This is the bit where I always struggle with lack of space. So I'm just going to put this here. We'll move the plates over to here, like so. You can hear that still cooking away. So we're going to take out the oven this beautiful cauliflower cheese. Now look at that. That is baked to perfection. You always want a bit of golden brown on the top. The sauces and the juices are there. So we're just going to put that one. Let's try and move these around a bit.
I'm so excited about that.
Sorry?
I'm so excited about that.
The dressing?
No, the
cauliflower cheese. Right, Steve's really excited about the cauliflower cheese, everyone. So we're just going to find a sieve. Here it is, washed in the dishwasher. We're going to drain that. And now we've got our vegetables there. So we're going to serve up. I'd recommend keeping the oven glove on if you're serving up anything like this cauliflower cheese. So I made this cauliflower cheese, just a reminder. In the bottom, I just put a thin layer of garlic oil like this. This one I got from Aldi, but you can normally get them from a lot of places. It's an olive oil, that one as well. And I layered the bottom with some cabbage leaves, like so. And then I put in the broccoli and the cauliflower, which I chopped up into smaller pieces. And then I put over some finely chopped chorizo in there as well. Some cottage cheese went into there as well. I think that's enough for the moment. Steve say no, put more on. Cottage cheese. Some normal cheese. Now we're just going to decorate at the side with some extra colour here, which will be the tomatoes, the mange too. Same again on here. Because obviously food is all about eating with your eyes as well. We've got them lovely cherry tomatoes, which is going to give a burst of that lovely fresh flavour. We haven't overcooked them, so the importance here is keeping the crispness of it. And now we're going to serve up the fish. So for me, it's got to be skin side up. So we're just going to turn it over like so. And there we are, another piece of sea bass. It's got that beautiful crispy top to it. And you really want to, when you tuck into this, you really want to get your fork or your knife to go through that. So you'll literally hear it crisp. And then what we're going to do, last but not least, is we're going to get this beautiful dressing here that we made up. And that's got that pineapple, mango, kiwi, bit of wine, bit of honey, and a bit of vinegar in there. Oh, and also the chilli. Not to forget the chilli, because the chilli gives it the edge and the real nice contrast. So let's just wash that off. And we're just going to spoon this over. So you can have as much or as little as you want. And we're just going to start there on the dish. Take it down over the side, on the top there. Do the same with this one. We're just going to take it down over the side. And there it is. So that's enough. What that will do, you don't have to put a sauce all over the dish there. But as we cut into that, we're going to get a real burst of flavour. The citrus is going to get the palate really, really going. The chilli also will activate all of those taste buds, and it will really bring that flavour through. So if we were going to serve that, come over here, Steve. We'll show this one served on the table. And there we have a beautiful pan-fried sea bass in a light chili oil that's seasoned the skin. We've got the broccoli and cauliflower and chorizo bake, and that lovely dressing to go over it. I'm actually gonna, let me just taste the end of this. We're gonna cut off the end there. We'll just try the fish first with this beautiful sauce. Oh, hot. Oh wow. Oh wow. And then we're just going to cut into this cauliflower cheese. Ladies and gents, oh wow. I swear to you, this is a taste sensation. It feels like you're in heaven having a meal. So now we're going to eat that. Steve's watering, he's dribbling all down his top. I'm hungry. It's too good to let go cold. If anybody wants a recipe, feel free to drop me a line. Although it's quite simple, it's everything that you just see. There's no real rules to it. And I'll look forward to being back with you for another Finding Phil's Flavours very soon. Have a great evening. Take care. Bye-bye.